first one, 3 to the 0 power equals? 1, because anything to the 0 power equals 1. So number 2 is?
Negative 1.
It is just a positive 1 because the quantity was raised to the 0 power.
See, I told you it's right.
Number 3, okay, it's a negative exponent, so where do I do with it?
Negative 8.
I'm going to flip it, so it would be 1 over 3 to the 4th, which then I type 3 to the 4th in my calculator, and I get, we don't multiply 3 times 4, we take 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So did anybody do that?
81.
81. So it would be 1 over 81. Okay? So if you don't have these, fix this. Number 4. Okay, it's got a negative exponent, so I move it to the bottom. So it would be 1 over negative 4 to the 3rd. Negative 64, I believe. 4 to the 3rd. Yep. But it's a negative because there's an odd number of negatives. Okay, what is this, on number 5, what does the bottom simplify to? So this is 1. Now I have a negative exponent, so I move it to the bottom. So it'd be 1 over 2 to the 3rd. 1/8 is correct.
So you can't just have 8. Oh my God.
It has to be 1/8. Nope. So fix it. Okay, on number 6, I have negative exponents on both of them, so I'm going to move both of them. So I get 2 to the 3rd on top, negative 3 to the 2nd on bottom. So I have 8 over, it's actually negative 9 because the parentheses are not around the negative. So it should be 8 over negative 9. Okay, number 7, what does the bottom simplify to? 1, and that one is actually negative 1 because again the parentheses are not around the negative. So then now I switch it though so that I get my exponent on the bottom. So I have negative 1 over 4 to the 1st, which is just negative 1/4. Okay, what does my bottom simplify to? 1, and it's just a positive 1 because the negative is inside the parentheses. So then when I flip it, I get 1 over 3 to the 1st, which is just 1/3. Questions on any of those? Okay. Number 9, what is the answer here? 1. 10, how do you rewrite it using a positive exponent, Daniel? Thank you, Garrett. Okay. Number 11. Okay, we have something that equals 1. What equals 1? A to the 0 power. So this, instead of writing A, I'm just going to say this equals 1. But now I have 6 times 1, which is 6, but I still have B to the negative 2nd. So what do I do with that negative exponent? Put it to the bottom, so 6 over B to the 2nd, and that's as simplified as it goes. Okay? Number 14, I have something that equals 1. What equals 1? N to the 0 equals 1. So 14 times 1 is 14, but I still have m to the negative 4, so what do I do with that? Move it to the bottom, so 14 stays on top, and then m to the 4th on bottom. Number 13, what equals 1? S to the 0. Okay, so now I have 2 negative exponents on top, so how do I make them positive? I put both of them on bottom. So 1 over 3 to the 2nd, r to the 3rd, but I'm not going to leave 3 to the 2nd.
So wouldn't it be 1 over 9?
Yes, 1 over 9, r to the 3rd. Number 14, let's just simplify that 2 to the 3rd to start with. What is 2 to the 3rd? 2 times 2
It's 8.
times 2?
It's 8.
So we have 8. What do I want to do with that A? Do I want to put it on top or on bottom? Bottom. So I'm going to have A to the third. Okay, on the bottom, I have A to the negative 1. So what do I do with that? Put it on top. So now I have times 8 to the first, which is just 8, right?
We did this one together.
Oh, okay. So then B, where does it go? On top. And then what does C to the 0 equal? 1. So then it does simplify to 64, B to the 5th, A to the 3rd. Okay, questions, comments, concerns? Okay. Number 15. Okay, what rule is this? I subtract the exponents. So it should be 3 to the what? Which equals?
9.
Perfect. This one, what's the rule?
Subtract.
Subtract the exponents because this is division. So then it'd be,
To the second.
which equals 4. What's the rule on 17, Jaden? What do I do with them? No? No? I add it because this is multiplication, so it's the product. So it'd be negative 5th to the 6th. With when we use our calculator, what do we get? 15,625. Should be your final answer. That's good. Your sister. Okay, 18. What's the rule this time? I multiply now because it's raised to a power, so power of a power, so it'd be q to the. Okay. What's the rule on this one? So it'd be a to the. But do I leave it like that?
No.
Okay, so my final answer should be.
1/8.
Good. Number 20, I think I did this one with you guys, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay, so we add to start with, so it'd be c to the 7th over c to the 6th, which that was bad. So then you just get c to the 1st. So it should just be c. Okay, what's the rule of 21? Now what do I do? Somebody keeps yelling it. I think it's Jaden. What do you keep telling me to do? Distribute. Okay, so since I have more than one thing inside, Jaden, now I distribute. So it'd be negative 4 to the 4th, d to the 4th. So then I take 4 to the 4th. Is my answer going to be positive or negative? Positive, because I have an even number of negatives. So it would be 256 d to the 4th. Okay, 22, what do I do? Distribute, so it'd be negative 3 to the negative 3rd, and then f to the negative 3rd. I have negative exponents, so I put them on bottom, so it would be 1 over negative 3 to the 3rd, f to the 3rd, which when I actually take 3 to the 3rd, I get 3 to the 3rd. 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is
27.
27. Is it going to be positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative, because there's an odd number of negatives. So negative 27, f to the 3rd, and then 1 is above it. So it should be a fraction. Okay, I'm going to clear it just because I ran out of room. Now what do I do with number 23? Well, I need to do something first. What do I do first? Distribute, so it'd be 4 to the over x to the. Okay, now I need to flip them, so it'd be x to the 4 to the third. And to simplify it, I just find out what 4 to the third is, which is, so x to the third over 64. Questions?